Guys, gals, non-binary pals, today, I'm sure you guys can tell by the lovely chat here, which if you ever want to join, I stream every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday on Twitch at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can be part of the gang right here that is spamming potatoes in chat. Because today we are going to be talking about a video by fellow content creator Greg Doucette. He talks a little bit about intuitive eating, which I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard me kind of be a little bit... I disagree with it, but I don't disagree with it. I'm pretty in the middle, so I'm kind of curious to see what he has to say about intuitive eating. So the title of his video is Intuitive Eating, Getting People Fatter Than Last Time. So we all know that Greg loves to, he's a fan of tracking. He has his cookbook, which I'm sure he'll bring up in this video. And so let's see what Greg has to say about this.
It's okay to go nuts at first because ultimately you're collecting data on what your body likes and doesn't like. Yeah, it likes the pizza, ice cream, and garlic fingers, and it doesn't like the salad. Coach Greg, and today we're going to be going over an article about intuitive eating, the non-diet that lets you eat anything you want. Well, I want to do this diet, don't you? I want to eat everything I want. Pizza, ice cream, garlic fingers, you name it, I want to eat it. Evelyn?
It's so, like, when these news sites and stuff, when they title stuff like that, it's so frustrating because it's so sensationalized, like so sensationalized.
Tribble and Elise Reich described it as a journey of self-discovery and connection to the needs of your mind and body. Only you can be the expert on your body. It sounds like something Connor Murphy would say.
I drink my own urine for health benefits and have been for a couple months now.
With that in mind, intuitive eating asks people to explore what they like.
Nerve growth factor is the component in semen that I am really excited about.
With that,
so you're just going to put that in the video and not say anything about it. You're just going to throw that in there? Let me just throw this little nugget in here and let that hang. Not say a single word about it. Alrighty? Okay. We're off to a good start.
That in mind, intuitive eating asks people to explore what they like, what they don't like, and what nourishes them on a day-to-day basis. Listen, we've been doing that our entire lives. We've been intuitively eating since we're babies. We don't need to suddenly start intuitively eating again. Think about it. You've been eating what you want. Oh, I'm hungry now. Let's eat pizza. Oh, I like dessert. Let's eat.
So one of my biggest disagreements when it comes to intuitive eating is that I've talked about this a lot, but it seems like it's always, whenever they make these articles, whenever these books come out and stuff, the way that they explain it, it feels like it's always very much so explained for a very specific person, like someone who has never and when I say really struggled with their diet, I'm not talking like, oh, I'm just not as lean as I'd like to be. I wish I was maybe 10 pounds lighter. I'm saying like someone that has literally been 200 pounds overweight, even 100 pounds overweight. Like this, I just know by experience. I know these people probably mean well, but the actual, like putting this stuff into practice for someone who is that size, it just doesn't work that simply. We'll go into what I think and what my opinions are on this are. We'll do that at the end of the video. But that's like one of my biggest frustrations when it comes to these books and these like articles and these things. It's always meant for a very specific person. And that person definitely isn't me. And it's not a lot of the people that watch my videos.
Eat cake. Think about it. Do we need to start it all over again? Moving the scale isn't the goal. Well, it's a good thing because that scale's going up. You start intuitively eating what you want, scale is going up. When you practice intuitive eating, one of three things can happen. Your weight can go up, it can go down, or it can stay the same.
Literally, that's anything ever. That's like you could say that about any diet. Keto, your weight could go up, could go down, stay the same. Veganism, go up, go down, could stay the same. A carnivore, go up, go down. Why even put that? What is that? I'm sorry. I'm just okay. All right, that's super helpful.
And guess which one of those three it's going to be? Instead of weight management, the goal of intuitive eating is to help people get as fat as they freaking can. I misquoted it.
Coach Greg had that. He had that public education. Same.
Instead of weight management, the goal of intuitive eating is to get you fatter than last time. Sorry, my brain, it just thinks in advance. Instead of weight management, the goal of intuitive eating is to free up brain space. Are these people morons? They have no space in their brains, so by eating whatever you want, apparently it frees up more brain space.
Okay, so to be fair, I will say that if you're someone that doesn't enjoy, like I said, I felt like there was going to be some things that I disagreed, and so for me, I understand that he's being funny and stuff, but for me, there really is like tracking and stuff. For me, I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. It stresses me out. It's very annoying, right? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with tracking, and again, we'll get into it. But I can understand where they're coming from because it can be stressful and it can be very annoying to track everything that you're eating. So again, I can understand where they're coming from there.
At first, people who start intuitive eating may find themselves tempted by everything. Well, that's okay, because that desire to eat everything in sight goes away pretty quick.
Dog, this part is such BS. No, absolutely not. No. Like this is the stuff that you hear when you hear health at every size. They say the reason that you struggle with eating so much is because of the shame that you have about the food that you're eating. Bro, absolutely not. Maybe for some people, but absolutely not everyone. And I can't stand when people say this stuff, man. Because, dude, when I was close to 400 pounds, do you think I felt bad about what I didn't care. I didn't care. So to say that, like, if you start intuitive eating, all of a sudden you'll stop wanting, it just factually isn't true. Like, that's not how it works. So this part, I cannot stand. Like, there are some good parts about intuitive eating and about not tracking, but to say that if you start doing it, you'll all of a sudden your cravings will go away? No, absolutely not. 100% false.
Yeah, once you've gained 50 or 100 pounds, it's going to go real quick. Or is it? Amberlynn Reed, she gave herself permission to eat everything she wanted. What did that do? Oh, it got her to 550 pounds. Fantastic. Yay! This sounds a lot like going all in, where you eat anything you want, as much of it you want, 5,000 calories a day. You gain a ton of weight. You look back at the reflection in the mirror, and you're now obese. From being smaller, now you're morbidly obese. Yay! Don't think that comes with consequences mentally. Oh, just give your permission to eat everything you want. Then you have to give yourself permission to be like, why am I so out of shape? Why am I fatter than last time? Why is it that I now have to lose 50 pounds that I didn't have in the first place? You think it's going to solve that? Oh, if you just eat all the pizza you want, eventually you get sick of pizza, and then you want chicken, broccoli, and rice for the rest of your life. No. Maybe 5% it works. Maybe. What about the other 19 people that it doesn't work? Now you just finished a bulk, now you have to burn off those calories to get your weight back down to normal. So just because it works for a few people doesn't mean it's going to work for everyone.
So for me, like when I talk about, like, I feel like these are written for specific people. So what I mean by that is usually these tips and stuff are usually pretty good tips for people that have struggled with under eating. So they struggle with eating enough food. Like, these are genuinely, I feel like, are helpful things. And I've talked to people that intuitive eating and even the books that have come out have actually helped them get out of disordered eating pasts, okay? So I'm not at all saying that all of this information is false and that it's all BS or anything. That's definitely not my stance. But again, it is not for everyone, and trying to eat intuitively, just like going from overeating to being like, okay, I'm going to start eating intuitively, it's not going to work for a lot of people. For a lot of people. That's my opinion there.
When you can't have something, you crave it. Guess what? When I can have something, I crave it too.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I just, dude, I just think about when I was bigger. I was allowed to have I never told myself I can't have McDonald's, and I had it all the time. Oh, dude, it's so frustrating, man.
I don't only crave things I can't have. I crave things I want. It's not just what I can't have. So just by saying, oh, I'm going all in, I'm going to eat anything I want, doesn't mean suddenly my cravings are going to change. They're going to stay the same. I'm just going to eat more of it. Why not just exercise balance? Why not say, I want pizza, I'll just eat a healthier pizza? Why not say, I'm craving ice cream and have healthier ice cream, protein ice cream, where you can lift it over your head in the blender? Anabolic protein ice cream. So all these cravings that you're having, give yourself permission to eat them, but a healthier alternative. Does that make more sense than just eating as much junk food as you can because you say that you can? Why not give yourself permission to eat the foods that you enjoy, but make sure that they have less calories? They have less of the fat inside, less of the sugar.
So, and then the argument against this, right, would be like, whoa, when we're talking about intuitive eating, we're not always promoting eating junk food always, right? And again, totally understand that. But when I'm making videos and what I'm talking about are people that are struggling with overeating already. They're struggling with eating quote unquote healthy food. They're struggling with eating those types of things. So you're not talking to someone that is having a hard time not eating candies, cookies, and stuff like that. That's not an issue, right? And it's like, this information is not helping that person, the person that I'm trying to reach. This type of information is not helping them.
Making it a healthier alternative. Like in my cookbook. Does it make more sense to try to eat healthier now, or make yourself get fat by overeating and then hope it...
His editor is very good. All right, his editor, I know it's his brother, editor Steve. He does a very good job.
magically goes away that you no longer crave pizza. I ate as much pizza as I could, and a week later, I didn't want pizza anymore. How did it work for Amberlynn Reed? If this actually worked, why are there some people 600, 700, 800 pounds? If it worked, those people are clearly going all in. They're intuitively eating as much food as they want, and they're morbidly obese, and their life's in danger. In danger because they eat too much, because they allowed their body to give it what they wanted.
And again, like, the reason I get so, like, heated with this stuff is that it makes those people that struggle with overeating, and I know a lot of, I've been looking at the comments as I'm streaming this, a lot of people are like, it makes me feel bad. Like these intuitive eating buzz are like, just eat whatever you want and eventually you will. It's like, bro, there are people that have been doing that their entire lives. Their entire lives. Like, they haven't been trying to be a certain size. Like, they've struggled with their weight their entire lives. And they've ate whatever they've wanted their entire lives. So this obviously isn't going to help them. This type of intuitive eating isn't going to help them. Like, telling them that they just need to eat intuitively and then all of a sudden they'll be fine isn't going to help them. Why don't we talk about a path to maybe get to a point where you're eating more intuitively, or you're eating mindfully, which is what I like to call it. If that's something you're interested in, we'll talk about it at the end of the video. But I do believe that there is a way to start eating mindfully where you don't have to track for the rest of your life, but it's not a just do it. Like, that's what this article is. Just do it. Have fun. Good luck. See you later. No, it doesn't. I'm sorry, it doesn't work. It's not that easy.
What they wanted was too much freaking food.
Freaking Greg he's making me yell, okay? I'm sorry.
It's okay to go nuts at first, because ultimately you're collecting data on what your body likes and doesn't like. Shocking, my body discovered that it likes pizza and doesn't like salad. It prefers...
It's okay to go nuts at first?
having ice cream than carrots. Yeah, I need to intuitively to discover that. The first guilt-free pizza may be amazing, but chances are your body isn't going to want an extra large pie all day, every day.
I'm sorry. Who is writing this? Like, who I'm just like, what are you talking about? Like, have you never? I'm at a loss for words. I don't even know what, like, who.
No, one day it wants a pizza, the next day the burgers, the next day the ice cream, the next day Wendy's, the next day McDonald's. And then it rotates, and you'll do that for friggin' months and months until you're so overweight, you look in the mirror and are like, dang it, this intuitive eating didn't work. Oh, and let's show a model in the picture. Yeah, that's what you look like when you intuitively eat. Smiling with the fork in her mouth. She ain't putting the fork down. She's just smiling. She looks amazing. Isn't she happy and pretty? Oh, if you intuitively eat, you look like that. That is the message they're trying to give you. They're trying to show you it's amazing. If that was a 400-pound person, would you have the same thoughts about intuitive eating? If they showed Amberlynn Reed right here and said, look, she's intuitively eating. Try it. Don't worry, be happy. Well, that's a great song, but it doesn't apply to eating. It should be worry.
Sorry, that made me laugh.
You're going to die of a heart attack if you keep doing what you're doing. Put the freaking fork down, get off your ass and move. Burn some calories, do some cardio. Stop the fat acceptance. Oh, I accept I'm going to die of a heart attack in 10 years.
When I first watched this video, I watched it on 2x speed, so I didn't hear the music that was behind it. That was a good touch.
Is that the advice you want? Of course you want it. Just love your body. Intuitively eat. Get fat. It's great. Your body will get used to the pizza and hate it and then eat chicken, broccoli, and rice. That is not going to happen. You need to not give your body what it wants and only give it what it needs. It needs enough calories to have energy, to feel good. We don't want to die of starvation. We want to be healthy. We want to eat healthy. The diet it needs is one that it can follow for the rest of your life that
Sustainability.
keeps the cravings at bay and makes you satisfied. You're not starving anymore. You feel good and allows you to be at a healthy weight. Not shredded, not single-digit body fat, not a six-pack of abs, something manageable that will ward off cardiovascular disease. You know, things to help you live a long and healthy life. Not only a longer life, but a better quality of life as well. If you want some help, get my cookbook. If not, watch more of my videos. I give tips all the time on how to.
Okay, so again, like I said, the way that I eat, because someone could be looking at me. This is a great video, but I wanted to share my thoughts, right? So someone could be looking at me and look at the way that I eat, and they would say, you eat intuitively, because I don't track anything. I eat what I want to eat, and that's fine. Why do I not call what I do intuitive eating? Because I can't stand it anymore. I can't stand it because these articles and these things are so condescending, and they're just like, just do it. Bro, it's not that simple. I was someone that struggled with my weight for 20 years, right? I was almost 400 pounds. If you told me just eat intuitively, I would have laughed at I would have been like, what are you talking about? How is that supposed to help me, right? So what I did, what allowed me to eat mindfully, was learning about nutrition, which is very important because a lot of these articles, I feel like they assume people know more about nutrition than they know. If you were like me when you were starting and you knew absolutely nothing about nutrition, I very, 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 very much doubt that you're going to be able to just eat intuitively and then it's going to work out. I very much doubt that. So learn a little bit about nutrition, learn about your total daily energy expenditure, calories in, calories out, learn how to track your calories, maybe track your macros if that's something that you want to do. The reason that I say all of this stuff is because when I started tracking and when I did that, it taught me invaluable lessons about the amount of calories that are in certain foods, the macro breakdown of those things, understanding that actually eating a pizza, why that's such a bad idea, how many calories are in that, all of that stuff. And I was able to eventually, over years of tracking, get to a point where I didn't have to track anymore. But it was a process. It was a process. So that's why I call what I do mindful eating. The reason I call it mindful eating and not intuitive is because I am mindful about the decisions that I still make. Could I go and have a pizza if I wanted to? Of course I could, right? But I would feel like garbage. Not mentally. It's not like I would be down on myself. Physically, I would not feel well after eating that. I wouldn't be able to perform well in the training that I want to be doing. All of that stuff, right? So I don't want to have that thing. I want to fuel my body and I want to fuel my workouts and I want to feel good. So that's why I call what I do mindful eating and not intuitive, because I'm mindful about the decisions that I make. I understand that yes, I can have a pizza, but why would I do that, right? Why would I just go and do that? It's not something that I'm interested in doing and how it makes me feel. So when I watch these videos, it's very, very frustrating, or these articles and read these things, because it just assumes that anybody can do it if they just went for it. And I disagree that it's that simple. And I really do think there are certain steps that need to be taken before you can just eat intuitively. But yeah, those are my thoughts.